Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Big audience today.
Massive audience.
Thanks, guys. It's almost like we know them.
I know, seriously.
It's almost like
Good.
that. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Jason Show. Your eyes do not deceive you. This is not Jason Matheson.
Sorry to say it is not. No, I'm
You
Pierre
look
Nugent.
just exactly the same, though.
People confuse us for twins all the time. It's very, very common. So, you know, I'm not taking it personally if you look at the TV. It's like, that kind of looks like Jason. It's like, yeah, you're kind of right.
Truly, it's just the beard.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
the only
it.
difference.
That's it. And
Glasses, I don't know. That's about it.
I wear contacts, though. He wears glasses. That would be difference number two. But after that, just a dead ringer every time I go out. You know.
Seriously.
You guys have changed the place up, by the way. I'm looking at the wrong camera
welcome
already.
to your temporary home.
What is this, season 7? 8? 8.
Congratulations on being 1 year off. Good job.
It's good to be back. Good to be back. Thanks
What
for
would
having
you call this couch color?
The color?
Yes.
What's
Okay, Pierre, there's like 2 options. Is it gray or is it blue?
It's funny that you say that because I was going to say, what do you call when blue and gray have a baby? Because that's what...
This couch is what you call that.
That's exactly what you would call it.
Bray. This is a Bray couch.
Yeah, I think we just invented a new color right here on the Jason Show. That's
Well,
what
the Bray
season 8
couch
all
is
about.
what's so
the
exciting.
The Bray couch.
Yes, the Bray couch.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're going to go with.
Yep.
It's nice, though. I like what you guys have done with the place.
Thank you.
Very
it's
nice.
the same couch, so it's not exactly like more comfortable or less comfortable, so don't try that. But
I don't know. I don't know if I'd agree with that. I already feel a lot more comfortable on this couch than the last
You
one.
look comfortable.
I feel, you know, I'm just going to just...
You feel good.
Lay out, you know, just like this.
Make yourself at home.
Yeah, that's going to make the bosses very happy just to see me here very casually here on the couch.
Speaking of making yourself feel at home, by the way, this is football season. This is Pierre's time to shine. Gopher football is at it. You're good.
Vikings are going on.
I have many questions for you, though.
Please, ask away.
How do you feel about the rest of fall? Like, is fall, this is a genuine question. Is fall just something that people like me really love, or is it something that you, as what I would consider a normal man,
well, I don't know, if I go that far,
like he's just like beer and football, right?
Yes.
Do you love fall as much as I do?
No, and since you asked a genuine question, I'll give you a genuine answer. If it's not summer, it's winter for me. That's how I feel about the other 3 seasons. I only care about one season, and it's over now. And now for the next 9 months, you'll find me in a very bad mood each and every day, except when I'm on this show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not into apple spice?
No.
Not into pumpkin lattes?
No. If I'm not wearing shorts and flip-flops, it's not a day worth going outside.
You could wear shorts and a sweatshirt. That's a very Minnesotan thing. I know you've only been here for what, like 3 years?
The first
4, 5, 6 years?
Almost 5.
Yeah.
Almost 5 at this point.
Only.
The first year I was here, I'll never forget this. On the first nice day of April, 40 degrees or whatever, I saw a guy jogging in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm moving from California.
Yeah.
And I looked at him like he was Bigfoot running in front of me, and I could not believe what I was seeing, because I looked at in my car, it said 40 degrees outside. I said, what is wrong with this man?
He might have been Bigfoot.
It could. Honestly, I've never seen him since.
It's true.
And now it's just an urban legend to tell.
Yeah, we hear, and I don't know how things are in other states, like, hey, Washington, what's it like for you? We don't know. But here, we think 40 degrees is balmy in March, but if you put it in September, we're like frozen tundra.
Yeah.
There is a massive difference between the two.
Looking at the weather outside, I think it would match Seattle a little bit from, a little
It's
rainy.
raining.
It's raining. Sorry to stereotype Seattle.
Sorry.
My bad.
It snows here a lot,
It
if that
does.
makes you feel better.
It
like a lot,
does.
a lot.
Yes, it does. Not my favorite.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Well, I'm happy that you like summer and winter.
No, wrong. Summer. Summer is it.
Do you like sweater weather?
No, God, you had to do it, didn't you? You had to do it, didn't you?
Do you like fall, y'all? That was for Jeff.
That was for Jeff, yeah. That one doesn't bother me as much as sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Did I even say it right? I don't even think I said it right. Sweater weather.
You didn't even say it right. You can't even get it right.
Yeah,
All right, whatever.
I know.
Well, it's time
Yes.
for the hot dish.
I love the hot dish.
Roll it, Steve.
Time to eat.
We don't have spoons on the couch because you're not supposed to eat on the couch.
Or you can eat with your hands.
Didn't your mama teach you nothing?
Yeah,
All right.
that's true.
It's a big day around the Jason Show offices. Why, you might ask? The Hallmark Channel has released its list of Christmas movies for the upcoming season, including a new streaming service. What? Yes, you heard that right. Hallmark will debut 40 new Christmas movies this season, starting in less than a month. Lacey Chabert, our girl, she's always part of the bingo card, returns for a record 12th Christmas movie for the network. How many characters can she play around Christmas time? Nobody knows. For the first time, one movie, The Holiday Sitter, will feature a gay couple. Hey, girl. Love it. Other titles like We Wish You Were a Married Christmas. Get it? We Wish You a Married Christmas. That's
Got it. Yes.
Lights, Camera, Christmas. Three Wise Men and a Baby.
Huh?
And a Royal Corgi Christmas. Oh, is it too soon to talk about corgis and royalty?
Well, corgi. Everybody loves corgis.
The Queen. We're talking about the Queen here. Okay,
Oh,
anyway.
I was more interested in the dogs.
Hallmark will also air the movies. They'll be available on their brand new streaming service, Movies and Mistletoe, which I'm actually pretty excited for. So we got the cord a while ago.
You did.
And we did not, until last year, YouTube TV did not have Hallmark. And so I was like, how do I watch my Hallmark movies?
How many Hallmark movies do you think you watched in the season?
For real?
Yeah.
I probably watch like 8 to 10.
8 to 10?
I know. I'm not kidding. I get the wine. I'm like hook, line, and sinker, baby. You got me.
I didn't even realize there would be that many.
There's 40, Pierre. Did you not listen to what I just said?
40 every single season?
There's usually around that many, yeah. I mean, they just keep jamming them in. They're like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, baby.
I honestly
Wednesdays.
I didn't realize it was that popular.
Bigger than football. I mean, they have more movies than there are games.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but you know. I mean, speaking of beer and football, you know how I'm the manly man now, I guess, on the show, as you stated.
You are your
earlier.
average
Yeah.
heterosexual man.
Yeah, that's
Beer and football.
I'd like to think maybe a little bit above average. How about that?
You do watch things and read books and
I
literature
do.
and converse about things that I am like, this is great. I love that we're expanding our palette.
I'm like an onion. You know, just so many
Renaissance
layers.
man.
Yep, it's exactly how I am. It's how I tell people all the time. And like the reason why I bring it up, you know, this is another manly part of my tool chest. Next in the dish, the search for the next James Bond, my favorite. The search is on, and it comes with some strings attached. The person who will follow Daniel Craig as Bond must commit for the next 10 to 12 years, which may explain why frontrunner Idris Elba effectively pulled himself out of the running recently. The one-time frontrunner for the role recently said he didn't see Bond when he looks in the mirror. Many took that as he's no longer interested in the job. I have every single James Bond movie on DVD.
Wait, you actually own like the more recent ones on DVD?
I might. The latest one I don't. I still have to go get that one. But I have them all.
You have a DVD player?
I still have a DVD player at home. Yes, I'm single-handedly keeping DVD companies in business, so you're welcome for that. Maybe you can get it on a sponsor on the show. But I have them all. I've watched them all many times. I'm a huge James Bond fan, so I am very interested to see who they're going to pick as the next one. I've seen a couple names float around. Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Tom Hiddleston, is that how you say it?
Funny you say. I made a list.
Okay, let's hear it.
I made a list.
I'll
okay.
say,
These
is
are the
this-
ones that like tend to pop up a lot.
Do I get to say yes or no to these?
I would love for you to say yes or
Good.
no. Okay, so obviously Idris Elba's out, even though he
Right.
said himself, he's like, I know that everybody wants me to do it,
Right.
but I'm probably not going to do it.
Right.
Okay, Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
No.
Okay, that was
No.
quick. Richard Madden, you know,
Yes.
Rob Stark from Game of Thrones.
Yes, I actually think that Richard Madden should be considered as one of the front runners. I think he's got the look. I think he could play the part. From the UK, I think he should be considered as a front runner.
You have him at hello.
I did.
All right. Henry Cavill.
Also, I could see it.
He's a little busy. He's got a lot of things going on.
He's a busy dude. I could see it. I don't know if I would put him ahead of who was the last guy we just mentioned. What's his
Richard
name?
Madden.
Richard Madden. That's his name. Yeah. Hopefully things go better for Richard Madden and James Bond if he gets that role than it did in Game of Thrones.
This is true.
Yeah.
By the way, Henry Cavill has been like, yes, I would love to do it.
I could
So
see
if
it.
you want him.
I could see it.
Another one who said he'd be very open, Regé-Jean Page from Bridgerton.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
What?
I don't know who that is.
The Lord
Who's
from
that?
Bridgerton? He's like the hottie hot McCotterton from Bridgerton that everybody loves? He would be the
I
first
still
black
don't know
James
who that
Bond.
is. I still don't know who that is.
My good God. Okay. Tom Hardy.
I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. I
Me too.
love his work. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I don't know if this is the right fit for him, though. I wouldn't be mad about it.
Right.
But I don't know if it's the right fit.
He was supposedly considered at one point, but then he was too young. Okay, finally, and this
Yes.
is my final one. Henry Golding. He'd be the first Asian James Bond.
Still don't know who that is either.
Oh my God, from Crazy Rich Asians?
Still don't know who that is.
God, he's my pick. Anyway.
Guess I got another movie that I have to watch.
You gotta watch
Kendall.
more attractive men do things.
I know. I tell myself that all the time.
Gotta watch. Must watch more attractive men. Next in the dish, imagine being on vacation at a remote cabin. Sounds lovely. And there's a knock at the door. And it's former professional wrestler,
Okay.
Batista.
Okay.
What? Someone would be happy about it.
Absolutely.
Somebody would not. That's what happens in the new movie, Knock at the Cabin. Look at this.
Oh, we're gonna sing along?
Yes, of course!
I wanna put on my boogie shoes.
Yeah!
I wanna put on my boogie shoes.
There is a woman carrying something that looks like a pick with a chain and a mallet head.
We were called and are united by a common vision, which has now become a command that we cannot ignore. The four of us are here to prevent the apocalypse. Your family has been chosen to make a horrible decision. If you fail to choose, the world will end.
Say, what? This was supposed to be a romantic, relaxing weekend. I don't know. The film also stars Lea Michelle's BFF, Jonathan Groff. We've been talking about him a lot lately. You might have seen him there. It hits theaters in February. Okay, this is an M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
You know him from
I do.
Signs, The Sixth
Sixth
Sense,
Sense,
The
yeah.
Village, all those spooky movies. They usually kind of have like a twist at the end where you go, oh, that's kind of lame. And I'm hoping this is not the case. You know what I'm saying, though?
Absolutely. No, that's exactly how I felt about The Village. Like The Village.
Right.
I'm still so angry about that movie to this
how
day.
it ended,
Oh,
yes.
so bad. But yes, you're right. There typically is a twist, and Dave Bautista, big, hulking, intimidating fellow.
I wouldn't mind if he showed up at my door, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, there you have it, with that. But I would love to know where that's, the trailer looks very interesting. I don't know, I kind of felt bad because Boogie Shoes is such a great song. How could bad things happen when Casey and the Sunshine Band is playing out in the cabin, you're having a good time, and then suddenly Dave Bautista shows up at your front door, he probably wants to break your back.
Sounds scary.
I'm scared.
Well, lots more of that.
Yeah.
When we're coming back, we're just a minute away from that.
Stay with us.
When they come and break your back, let's just go to commercial.
That's what he does. Dave
Good.
Bautista, big dude.
I would have really loved that.
we got a lot of people in this audience today.
Listen to them all.
A lot of them.
Just kidding. We don't do an audience when Jason isn't here. That's the joke if you're not in on it. Welcome back, everybody. Allison Janney was on Kimmel last night. She's working on a new show called Mrs. American Pie with comedic legend Carol Burnett, and that is our late night rewind.
And Carol, are you friends now that you've worked together?
You know, she did ask me out to dinner.
Great.
And I went out with her, and do I tell her how much, she's my inspiration? Do I tell her all that, or I just be cool? And I kind of managed to do a little of both, but we ended up talking about the games we like to play on our phones. And she's she loves to play Wordle, and I'm not a great Wordle player at all. I kind of don't like it because I'm terrible at it.
What's your starting word? What word do you
Well,
open
I usually
with?
start with adieu.
Oh, is that a good one?
Well, because it's got a lot of vowels in it. A-D-I-E-U,
Have you ever thought of starting with the word Carol would be a good opener?
Well, that's not a Wordle word. Do you play Wordle?
Well, Carol, like a Christmas carol.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me, I stand
Oh, yeah,
corrected.
yeah.
You're
Well,
right.
yeah,
Okay,
I mean-
all right.
You'd think a person who pronounces adieu like in that way would know that. But
You're right. You're right. Absolutely right.
Wordle is an important skill set these days.
Is
It's how
it?
you make friends.
Is it?
It's how you expand your horizons, Pierre.
Well, I have enough friends as it is.
Pierre clearly doesn't Wordle.
Do I really need to fill out, Wordle
Yes,
things just
it's
to get more
important.
friends?
It's
Is
good
it?
for you.
Is it keep your brain fresh?
Yep, it does.
All right, I'm gonna try it tomorrow just because you said so. It's time for a special serving of the hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for Jacob Wasserman from TMZ. Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're doing just fine. First up here, Sylvester Stallone is getting a divorce, and it's going to be very expensive, isn't it?
It's going to be extremely expensive. What's so interesting is this divorce, by the way, was filed a couple weeks ago, and they are pushing forward with it, but it's looking like they're going to be able to reach a settlement. There's been a hold put on court proceedings, so that means that Sylvester Stallone and his ex-wife, Jennifer Flavin, they are going to handle things out in private. But what's so interesting is what we've learned is that there was no prenup made. And keep in mind, these two got married in 1997, so this was well after the Rocky movies were made. Jennifer also has a huge makeup line herself, so you would think that there would be some prenup before these two got married, but that's not the case at all. That means that millions and millions of dollars are up for grabs right now, but it doesn't seem like, even though these court proceedings are put on hold, that there's going to be any movement towards reconciliation. When Jennifer filed these documents for divorce, she said that there is no way these two are getting back with one another.
Wow.
That's too bad. They've got 3 daughters, so I hope they can just settle it outside of court. Hey, speaking of somebody who's not doing well at home, Adam Levine has been in the headlines a lot, but apparently he's still going to perform with Maroon 5 next month. I hope he starts singing about standing outside in the pouring rain for a girl. I really hope he does.
That's a good tip. I think maybe he'll take that into consideration. But yeah, you're right. This whole debacle he's having on where he's getting blasted really on social media for sending text messages, these very flirtatious text messages to numerous women who have come out against him. It's not slowing down his career, at least to the point where he's not cutting away from any of his prior commitments. That means next month he is set to perform in Las Vegas at one of Shaquille O'Neal's charity events, and he's also going to push ahead with his world tour, and this includes a lot of different stops in Asia. And we're also told that he's still set to perform in Palm Springs for New Year's Eve. So I'm sure you guys have all seen the memes and whatnot of Adam Levine online. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of hilarious, but I mean, it's good to see that, this isn't slowing him down too much. He clearly has a lot on his plate, and he's pushing forward.
Lesson learned, stay out of the DMs. Stay out of the DMs. Finally, Bob Saget's friends honored him earlier this week. Jacob, how?
This is incredible. So if you recall, Bob Saget was extremely involved in a nonprofit called the Scleroderma Research Foundation. His sister back in the day tragically passed away from scleroderma, and he kind of made it one of his life's missions to help find a cure for this disease. And he would constantly throw this event for the organization called Cool Cuisine, Hot Comedy Cool Cuisine rather. And even though he passed away this past year, his friends decided to step up and hold the event in his honor. And as you can see here, they raised a whopping $1.2 million for scleroderma research. And this event was star-studded. It was hosted by his good friends, Jeff Ross, Jimmy Kimmel, who you just saw, and John Mayer. And there were also appearances from Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, tons of other people. It looked like a really awesome time, and for a great cause too.
Yeah, certainly a great cause, and he's certainly missed still to this very day. Jacob from TMZ, all the way from Hollywood. Thank you for joining us this morning, Jacob. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Still missed to this day.
And thank you all for clapping. We appreciate that.
Thank you to our
Jacob
audience.
Appreciates that.
Yes, absolutely.
We've got everybody clapping, the guests, the staff, and that's it.
Yes, thank you.
Can we get back to Maroon 5 real
quick?
Please,
yes.
Okay, so Adam Levine, many of you do know what has happened. His wife is a former Victoria's Secret supermodel. She's pregnant with, I believe, their 3rd child, and these DMs have come out. And he has said, I screwed up, I talked to these women, but I didn't do anything wrong. But the things online are so funny, because one of the messages he sent was something along the lines, he allegedly sent, was something along the lines of, "You are so hot, I can't even handle it right now." And people are like, "Me to my Apple laptop before I put it on my computer."
Exactly.
"Me to my mozzarella sticks before I pluck them out of the tray." I mean, you have to check it out. It's kind of hilarious.
Stay out of the DMs, boys. Stay out of the DMs.
Don't talk about helping girls in the pouring rain when you can't even handle hanging out with your wife. Okay, I'm just saying, ruin myself.
My favorite one that I've seen so far, that I saw a tweet, to be fair, Adam Levine did say she will be loved. He just didn't specify who. So.
I hate you.
Okay. I thought it was funny.
Stop speaking.
That was funny to me.
Next in the dish. Netflix has dropped some images for season 3 of Emily in Paris. Clap, Pierre. Thank you. I know you're excited.
I am.
Okay, here they are, people. It looks like Emily's still living her best life. Hey girl, YOLO, in Paris. But according to Netflix, she finds herself in a crucial crossroads in her life. Where do her loyalties lie? At work or in her romantic life? We don't know when season 3 is going to drop yet. They only released like 4 different pictures of it.
Wow.
The good thing is a lot of the people in the pictures, this is the big news, is that they're all coming back. Some of our favorite characters who have made seasons 1 and 2 what they are, they're all in those images. So that's the good news there.
I know that this is the second time I've been on the show and we have talked about Emily in Paris. The only thing that I remember about it is you said you really love the clothes on the show.
Yes, the fashion
that's all I
and the
remember.
music and just the ambiance. It just makes you happy.
A source of mine tells me season 2 wasn't as season 1 though.
I would agree it wasn't as good, but
Okay.
I think that season 3 will start redeeming itself again. We've got a
Okay.
little love triangle that sort
Okay.
of re-sparked at
All
the
right.
end of season 2.
Okay.
Plus, we're figuring out if Emily's going to stay in Paris or if she's going to go back to Chicago. Hint, hint, she ain't going back to Chicago. Nobody cares about that. She's going to stay in Paris.
Well, then they would have to retitle the show.
This is such a good point. How astute of you.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
Next in the dish, Romeo and Juliet is one of the greatest love stories ever told. But have you heard about Rosaline? Or is it Rosaline?
I don't know. We've never heard of her.
Rosaline. Thank you, Ted. The woman Romeo dumped Juliet for. Hulu just dropped a trailer for this fresh twist on the classic. Take a look.
I met a boy. Let me guess. Romeo Montague, isn't it? Howdy. Everybody knows Romeo Montague. But Juliet, why settle down with just one man when you can sample at the buffet of life? Who wants to buy us some drinks?
All this time, you just wanted to steal my boyfriend.
I wasn't trying to steal him back. There's a difference.
I just wonder if all this drama is adding to the attraction.
I'm going to fake my own death. I'll drink this potion, make it look like I'm dead.
That is quite possibly the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Did you drink it already?
Oh, Juliet!
Rosaline hits Hulu in October. The role of Juliet is played by friend of the show, Isabella Merced.
We like to say friend of the show if someone's been on the show like one time. We're like Minnesotans.
Why not?
So we just take anything that even like looks our way and we claim it.
Perfectly acceptable to me. Now, I mean, you know, spoiler alert, things don't turn out so well for Romeo and
Don't
Juliet.
spoil things.
Just spoil, but
Shakespearean.
I mean,
play.
Rosalind, I think, you know, she's got to be counting. I think she made it out better. Maybe it's a good thing that things didn't work out between her and Romeo.
And this looks pretty hilarious. I think Minnie
Absolutely.
Driver, she plays the nurse in it, Rosalind's nurse.
Okay.
And she's just, her deadpan humor is some of my favorite ever. It does look really good. It looks
You were going to be watching that.
It looks kind of a la Bridgerton, where it's a period piece. It's Shakespearean, but it's funny.
What? I've never seen Bridgerton. Why are you
Get
so
off
obsessed
my
with Bridgerton?
couch.
I mean,
Jason and I would like you to
Bray
get off the couch.
The Bray couch. I'm gonna move.
He actually
I
is not
can't.
a massive fan of Bridgerton like I am. But
He's-
I know I get it. It's legit. I mean, I think people like period pieces. We like to escape, but then also
Okay.
add a little spiciness. That's kind of what a lot of these do now.
Would Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon qualify as a period piece? Because that's like, you know.
It's fantasy, but sure, from a period that doesn't exist.
Well,
yes.
I mean, it looks like old times. It's not like they're walking around like with a radio in the car or anything, or slap a
They
radio
have
to a
dragons,
dragon.
Pierre.
Yeah.
It's not real.
I mean, I just want to point out that I'm capable of liking period pieces as well. You know, dragons are flying around. They got castles. Some cool stuff out
You're
there.
such a cultured human.
I know. That's what I
love
tell
having you
people.
here.
It's on my business card. Yeah. It's now time to meet our final JVIP of the week.
Today, it's Amber James. Hey, Amber. She says she loves everything about the show. Amber says it's nice to have an hour of smiles and laughs, especially during the tough times. So thank you, Amber.
Thank
we really,
you so much.
really appreciate that.
That's very kind of her.
She gets a Jason Show mug and is also entered to win the monthly grand prize. That includes coming to the studio to watch the show in one of our comfy fancy chairs, a $150 accessories gift card to Becker Furniture World, and a $200 gift card to Woodhouse Spa.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal, yeah.
Nice.
The dish is served, but there's still plenty more to come today on The Jason Show. Stay with us, everybody. Junk You Want. The always popular Junk Bonanza is back this weekend. A local designer is here to show us how to use vintage items in any decor. Plus, Book Club is back. Kendall and her mom share their latest picks. 3 great reads for the fall season. And cool clothes make a difference. One Minneapolis store is focusing on sustainable clothing and more. A visit to Les Soul ahead of a Fashion Week event this weekend. Pour another cup of coffee. The Jason Show returns next.
Oh, hey everybody. Thank you, Robert. Thanks, Chris. I love when we clap. This is my favorite. Okay, our next guest is an artist, author, and business owner, and is in town to show off her vintage decor skills at Junk Bonanza, one of my favorite things ever. Please welcome to the show, Stacy West. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I love, yes, see, look it, we have clap,
I know.
we have clapping.
They're my big fan. That's my fan club.
I love this whole layout before we get into anything. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Your big thing is incorporating vintage into something and having new pieces as well, right?
Exactly. I like to mix old and vintage and modern. So to me, there's no rules of right or wrong. It's just collect what you love and then incorporate it throughout the seasons. And I like to start with some staple pieces that are just neutral that you can just change out for each season, like these pillars here that are wallpaper pillars. That's what they used for printing wallpaper.
Oh, I'm like, I don't understand. How do you mean wallpaper pillars? I see the dent,
yeah, they're pillars that I use, and then, yep, that's what they used to print for wallpaper. So,
oh my
and then
word.
you can just switch out your seasonal stuff in the top.
That's incredible. Where does one find a
Junk Bonanza.
Junk Bonanza.
Yeah.
I love Junk Bonanza. We're going to get to Junk Bonanza quick.
Yep.
But first things first, I want to talk about your book. That's right here. I was looking through it earlier this morning and kind of perusing through some of the pictures and things like that. Here's a picture of it for everybody at home. It's 57 buttermilk acres. What you have in here really reminds me of the original Joanna Gaines style. Farmhouse fresh, vintage, but still adding in some new things. Like you said, not everything has to be new all the time.
No, I am a Pottery Barn. I am a modern junkie girl too. So I love to incorporate pieces like this where I can put it on a vintage stove base.
Is that what that is?
Yes,
oh,
isn't
that's
that
so
cool?
Neat. I love that.
So look for pieces that become risers that you can put or showcase anything. So seasonal, you can put a Christmas tree on it, you can put the pumpkin, and mix and match for serving. Don't be afraid to mix and match. I mean, we've got some sparkly gold here, but bring it on in with the rusty. It's perfect.
When you said that, like you said, this is a new thing and this is the old thing.
Yep.
We were talking a little bit beforehand. You said I was like, how do you get into this? You said it's your great grandmother has been doing this and it's just kind of filtered down through the generations.
Yes, I come from 3 generations of strong, creative, independent women who were makers and collectors. And so here I am. The 4th generation. I have my daughter in the audience, and she's going to be my 5th because she'll take it over my other daughter, I think. So absolutely. That's how my book was named in my company. I'm a designer in the quilting industry, so that company is Buttermilk Basin, and hence 57 Buttermilk Acres after my grandmother, and her name is Lily, and my house number is 57.
Oh, so it all kind of comes together.
Yeah, I like to curate little. I am super old school and I am like sentimental. So
me too.
I love to carry things down through the generations and just put my spin on it.
I've got like great grandma's teacups that I'm like, what do I do with this? And you would be
put
perfect to tell me.
In it. I got you, girl. I can switch it out for all seasons.
Put a succulent in a teacup.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
I got you.
Okay,
let's do this.
You mentioned that you were in quilting. We were standing over here and you said, oh yeah, this is one of the pieces that I'll have at the Junk Bonanza.
Yep.
This is quilted?
No, so what this is I like to incorporate different things like texture and linen and fabric in all my designs. So this one is printed by one of my friends on linen with tissue on the back. So we've got some super cute where home, the story of who we are and a collection of all things we love.
Oh, I love that.
I know, and we have this in different sizes. So this is one thing you can find in our booth. So yeah, it's fun. I love to mix and match. So linen, texture, it brings that softness that everybody's looking for when we have these delicate lines. We want to soften up the image. Yep.
And if people see something like this and like, wow, that's really awesome, I wish I could make that. You actually host quilting classes too?
Yes, we have.
You truly do everything.
Girlfriend,
you write a book, she's got a store.
This is my passion project. This is just a bucket list checkoff. I am really rocking in the quilting industry. We have a 5,000 square foot shop in Spring Lake Park, but everybody, we all have different facets, and one of the things that I love to do is just go support the small businesses by buying all these wonderful vintage pieces.
Absolutely. And if someone comes to visit you at Junk Bonanza this weekend, what can they expect? You'll have items that they can purchase?
Yes, this is some of the items that we have. We've got these handmade velvet pumpkins with the stem.
Okay, I've tried to do this. This is not easy.
I'm telling you, Saturday is the first Saturday of the month. Come on down and we'll make some stuff. telling you.
It is not
I am telling
easy.
you.
Those are amazing. So you'll have these. If
Yep.
someone like me is like, okay, I'm not crafty enough, you can actually buy them.
Yep.
Great. What else we got?
We've got some ironstone, a lot of ironstone, which is classic, as you can see over here and over there. Again, build it yourself. Start with some basic pieces like the ironstone or wood that is non-seasonal. You can mix and match, use it for every day for serving, or in this case, we just put a full flower. And I want to also talk about the fact that you can just go ahead and do fall without having the bright orange and the gold and the yellow. So you can, ease this into Thanksgiving and then easily pop it in Christmas. Just switch out, keep some of the green and pop in those beautiful evergreens, and it'll be a nice transition.
I really like that you can make it easy and you can keep changing it with every single season.
That's the whole purpose of starting your collections and then incorporating them through the year in the different seasons in your home.
Okay, I love that. And if you head to Junk Bonanza, you can also get the book and you'll be doing some signings.
I am signing book signings all day, today, tomorrow, and so come on down. There's so many vendors there. All my good friends are there, people from across the country. It's awesome.
I have found like cool tin pieces. I have found silver pieces. I've found crafted up Halloween items. I've found like everything at Junk Bonanza.
It is, and jewelry.
And jewelry.
I know, a girl's got to have some bling.
Please tell me you didn't make that, because then I'm going to feel really bad about myself.
This is where I draw the line. This is where I draw the line. I did not. I did not. I did not.
I bought this.
I did buy this and this, so yes.
Stacy, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
And I have a book here for you and a t-shirt, so.
Oh, heck yes.
Yes, so.
People, this is what happened when Jason's out. I get things. This is the best day ever. Okay, you guys can catch her at Junk Bonanza this weekend at Canterbury Park. And for details on her business, go to buttermilkbasin.com. We will be right back.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, I love this.
So now we got to switch because I got two, thank God. So I got to show this for you.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the Jason Show, everybody. Thank you so much for the applause. I think you were having a little too much fun in the last segment.
I love Junk Bonanza, and I love vintage, and I love crafty stuff. So that was like, Stacy's like my hero.
I think the big old smile on your face, I think, gave it away.
I love it.
Yes, you do. Welcome back, everybody. It's part of a new push for sustainable clothing and accessories.
The store is owned by sisters and features independent artists, designers, and smaller brands. I got a chance to visit their new location and look ahead to a Fashion Week event happening this weekend. Everybody's moving out of Uptown right now.
Yes.
I mean, ever since even before the riots, but the pandemic, it was kind of slowly happening. But you're part of this group of businesses. They're all coming in.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, the businesses that are going out are these big chain stores, and the businesses that are coming in are these little, like, local areas. And I feel like the reason why we moved up here was we want to, like, bring this area back a little bit.
Almost bringing Uptown back to its roots of small businesses.
Yes, small local businesses coming here. So yeah.
Well, this is a really busy week for you. It's Fashion Week Minnesota.
Yes.
And you guys have things going on Friday and a show on Saturday, correct?
We have our own show with Legacy on Saturday at 2 p.m. And it's the theme and the name is Golden Hour. So kind of think 1920s glam with like modern rhinestone cowgirl is the vibe.
Wait. 20s glam with modern rhinestone cowgirl. I know you can't show me anything because it's the show, but you said you'll give me a few, like, this is the vibe.
Totally. So here, let me show you. So I have this little corset top from DL 1961 that we love. These bottoms from Rolas, and then we just got this amazing denim trench that we will also be showcasing. So just a little sneak peek for you.
Okay, 1920s meets rhinestone cowgirl?
Yes. So it'll be the decor, very sparkly, very glittery, the accessories, and how we're styling them all.
Oh my God, I love this.
Yeah, totally.
How do you come up with these ideas?
Good question. My sister, who's my co-owner, is very much like the idea person behind. She's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. She's like behind the scenes. So we were all talking about what we wanted the show to look like and how we wanted to combine our stores to make it happen, and what could we common ground to like trends and vintage with new. And we kind of decided this golden hour, and then specifically more kind of like Western influence with like 20s influence.
You touched on it, but a big thing for you is using vintage, doing things that are
Yes.
more eco-conscious.
Yes.
When the fashion industry is not an industry that's really known for that.
Totally, totally. So we're all about slow fashion here. So meaningfully made pieces and like paying the workers who make the garments a living wage because like the
Oftentimes it does not happen.
It does not happen, and how hard clothes are to make and the talent that goes into making them, they deserve to get paid a living wage. So that's a big thing for us, using natural materials and everything like that too. So yeah, and then partnering with Legacy, whose vintage is inherently resale is very eco-friendly. So yeah, we're excited to like bring that aspect of it in too. So
well, I'm excited to see what all Golden Hour can present, and now I know what I should wear.
Right? Yeah.
Kind of. Gotta
Leave
think
it
of
up to
it.
your interpretation, however you want.
Okay, all are welcome.
Yes.
Love them.
Well, you know, your job's pretty fun.
I know. People are like, why do you get to go to all these cool places? I'm like, because
Yeah.
I find them, and then I'm like, hey, do you want us to come hang out with you?
Seriously, just bring a camera,
Yeah.
have some laughs, try
Bring
on some
Eric.
clothes.
Right.
How do I get your job?
They don't get excited. Okay.
All
Don't
right.
get any quick thoughts.
just stay
LaSoul,
over
by the
here.
way, if you want to check them out, they're at shoplasoul.com. Their show is actually tomorrow, Saturday, if you're watching
Okay.
this at a later date. It's called Golden Hour. Head to their website or their Instagram page, and you can find out more information about it.
And we will be right back, everybody. Stay with us.
Come on, Chris.
I'm just gonna clap for myself. Terrific applause. Man, how do I get this when I walk into the building from now on? I'd
Work
love to
harder, Pierre.
Yeah, well, that's a fair point. Yeah, she's not wrong there. Welcome back, everybody. As the temperatures go down, boo, we tend to stay inside more.
It's true. And odds are you may be looking for a new book to read. My mom and I have 3 great books to try. It's time for our latest book club.
All right, Mom, book club time, and this time we have 3 books, so let's get going. What do you have?
I have Remarkably Bright Creatures. It's a debut novel by Shelby Van Pelt. It's absolutely fabulous. I watched a Netflix documentary called My Octopus Teacher several months ago, and I was very fascinated by what are actually, quote unquote, remarkably bright creatures, the octopus. This book is about Tova, whose husband has recently died from cancer. She's reserved, she's solitary, she's very private. She did end up with a job that she goes to in the evenings to clean the aquarium, and it suits her very well because it gives her time to mourn the loss of her husband and the loss of her son, Eric. Now, Eric mysteriously disappeared 30 years ago while he was on a boat in the Puget Sound, and she's never figured out what happened to him. People in town have always whispered that he committed suicide, and she is absolutely sure that didn't happen. Now, at this job, Tova develops this bizarre friendship with Marcellus, who's a giant Pacific octopus that resides at the aquarium. And Marcellus has a story to tell Tova. He knows what happened to her son, Eric, and he just has to figure out a way to let her know what happened to Eric. If you liked A Man Called Ove, or one of my favorite books of all time, The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery, you will love this book. I loved it.
It sounds good. I love
It is very good.
animal human relationship books. My book is really popular. I'm sure you've heard of it, so I almost didn't recommend it, but I had to because it's amazing, just in case you hadn't. It's called The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's going to be made into a show or a movie pretty soon here. If you have not heard of it, it goes to this old Hollywood siren. Her name is Evelyn Hugo, and she's had 7 husbands, obviously. It is now the end of her life, or she's in her 70s, and we don't really know what's happening, but she's old enough that she's decided that for the first time ever, she actually wants to write her story. So we go between her and the woman who's writing it. The woman who's writing it is a nobody. She's like, I don't understand how you found me, why you want me to write your big expose when I'm just this measly writer at this newspaper. Well, there's a reason. You find that out very, 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 very far into the book. But the part that I love about it is that it goes through these decades of Evelyn's life, of old Hollywood glamour. It's fabulous storytelling. It's a love story at the end of the day, even though she's had 7 husbands. Which of them was her real love, her true love? How did she become who she was in the time frame that she was? It's a really beautiful book. There's a reason people are obsessed with it. So I read it very, very quickly. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a show or a movie. I can't remember which one, but it's going to be. So we have a third book. We're doing something new. Mom and I have read a lot of books that have been really popular over the decades, so we haven't recommended them. But we thought, why not? Things are really hard to find. Check it out at the library. Coming up on its 20th year anniversary is The Red Tent. We love that book, right, Mom?
Absolutely. It's a retelling of the story of Dinah, who's the only daughter of Jacob, who, of course, remember, Jacob in the Bible is one of the 12 sons who become the 12 tribes of Israel, et cetera, et cetera. And as we all know, if you know anything about the Bible, women are just barely spoken of. She's only highlighted in the Bible because she was raped by some dude that, you know, was important. But long story short, we get to hear her story through her voice. And we found out what it's like in her telling anyway, to be a woman in ancient times. And it's just absolutely incredible. I don't think it translated very well. It also became a series. I think on Fox or someone did a series on it. And I didn't love the show, but the book is incredible. The Red Tent by Anita Damon. What did you think, Kendall?
Oh yeah, no, it's just one of my favorite books that I've ever read. So it's 20th year anniversary. Might as well give it a whirl, right?
That's right. Go ahead and get that book.
Go get it, people.
Go get it.
Yeah, we love it. It's one of our favorites. You have a couple of recommendations. I was talking to you like, hey, I would like your perspective because you read, you know.
I do. Every time I'm in the airport.
I don't mean he knows how to read.
I know how to read.
Some people don't like reading.
There's a whole teleprompter here in front. I've been able to read that so far in the show, so that's been good.
Okay.
Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, I thought was really good. I definitely was not the target audience for that book, but I loved it nonetheless.
You said was it a mystery? No, it was a romance?
It's more of like it's more of a romance kind of a thing, but the end, I would say, it wasn't really earned. I didn't feel like it was earned, but I'll let you. You'd
still recommend it.
I still would recommend it. Yeah.
Okay.
Blind Tiger is the other one that's in the middle of. Sandra Brown starts a little slow, set in Prohibition Day. Prohibition actually has a lot to do with this story so far.
Cool.
Starting to ramp up though. I'm halfway through. Probably going to be done with it by December.
Blind Tiger.
That's it.
I love it. Yeah, we love
Blind
historical
Tiger.
fiction, so
Yes.
we're all about it.
I think that would be with the way it's going. It's going to be a recommendation, I think, maybe for your book club in a couple months.
Look at Pierre joining the book club.
I'm growing up and everything. Look at me now, Mom.
World's shortest segment. When we come back, everybody, stick around.
Well done. Well. Oh, man. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for the world's shortest segment. A surprise at the drive-thru of a Raising Cane's in Phoenix. Take a look at this.
Look at these, guys. These are movies that I made when I had a lot more hair.
I love this. That's actor Rob Schneider working the drive-thru promoting his new movie, Daddy-Daughter Trip. The movie takes place at a chicken strip restaurant. I'm sorry, that's it? It's just at a chicken strip restaurant?
Sure. What more do you need?
Free food and tickets to the premiere next week. Hey, somebody else watches VHS and DVDs.
I know, that would be me. I've got a stack of them in my house. Come check it out sometime. Vintage.
Welcome back to Friday's show. Pierre, you survived.
I survived the whole show.
You did.
Again.
Without caffeine.
I don't drink coffee at all.
Incredible.
I'm not a caffeine drinker. I don't know how. You know what though? Every time I do the show, I think to myself, if only this show was at 2 o'clock, how much better I would be at this show than having to do it at 10.
He's like a wind-up doll. You just got to give him at the right time of day, you know?
That's exactly how it is.
All right, it's time for the surprise goodbye. Apparently, this surprise is for Pierre. Today, a close call for a baseball broadcaster in Seattle. Take a look.
Vision wins. Here's a swing and a foul up here. Holy smokes. Got out of the way in time to hit my water bottle.
Maybe some of our friends in Seattle have seen this. That's the Mariners radio announcer with the quick reflexes, dodging the foul ball. Oh, there you go. My goodness, came within inches of hitting him. And that's happened sometimes. I've been in the press box out at Target Field with the Twins.
I was going to ask you that. Has that ever happened to you? Because it happens to people.
2 years ago, during the COVID time when nobody was in the ballpark, it was the Twins and the Astros in the playoffs. Miguel Sano hits a foul ball that just so happened to come straight back into the press box. And of course, I didn't reach out for it. I dodged it. I'm not going to get hit in the head.
Things moving.
But I still have the ball. Got to get Miguel to sign it at some point. I think.
Seriously, you kept the ball?
I kept it. I still
That's
have
cool.
it. Yeah, absolutely. It's no joke. People think, oh, it's all we do. Just go to the press box, eat the food, sit there. No, it's life or death out there at the ballpark.
You know what they say, Pierre?
Yeah.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Well said indeed. Well said indeed. Absolutely.
On Monday, Jason will be back. We're chatting with a boy band star. Plus, send us your photos from your merch Monday. We're so excited to see them. Send them our way. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
Pierre.
Bye, guys.